Progress isn't always loud. Sometimes it's in the small, consistent steps. This week, I moved. Maybe not mountains, but enough to shift something inside of me. Let's talk about it. All right. So, I want to chat through some of the things that I've been doing so far to walk towards the goals that I've set for myself for these next few months. That's not supposed to go there. One of the major things about me recording videos and talking about some of my goals so publicly is accountability. I'm wanting to hold myself accountable. I've said this thing, and quite frankly, there's nothing worse than saying you're going to do something and not doing it. Like I think I mentioned in my other video, one of the biggest hurdles for me now is no longer like being scared about starting something or looking like a fool. Is now more like, okay, you're actually a liar if you don't do what it is that you say you're going to do. I just wanted to do a little chat through of some of the things that I've done this week to work towards my goals. First one, I hate being a beginner at everything. Like, I just feel like I need to know everything. The moment I have an interest in something, I need to be an expert at this thing. I need to be like a subject matter expert at this thing. And I I'm not. And so in the industry that I'm trying to grow my business in, I decided to sign up for a class. And this class is supposed to be specifically for people that, want to grow businesses within this industry. It's obviously all these courses, obviously an investment. A lot of these things you can actually do your own research and find them by yourself because these people, like, they probably learned from their school, doing their own research, and we have so much information available to us these days. But I just don't have the time, and I think sometimes outsourcing things that you need is important, and that's why I decided to sign up for that class. Quite excited for it to start. It started in March, and it's actually based out of London, and so it might be the time difference. It has some in-person sessions that I'm going to be missing, but I think just learning from people that have done this thing before you is so important. You don't need to learn from your own experience. You can learn from other people's mistakes and other people's experiences, and that's kind of what me signing up for this class is all about. Also, I didn't mention, I actually got a lot organized with my makeup. I got trays and I got set up with this vanity. So I have all my makeup in compartments. And so it's so much easier for me to do my makeup and it's easier for me to clean up after I do my makeup as well, as opposed to having my makeup all over my bathroom. And it's kind of cute. I like it. I quite like it. This week as well, with my goal of trying to grow my community and check in on my friends more. I was able to do that, just, send a note. I think a lot of times we overthink community and checking in on our friends and all that kind of stuff and thinking it has to be a whole dramatic thing. And that's honestly for me just overthinking my responses, overthinking their responses and things like that. But I did get a not so favorable response to one of my check-ins. But I think it's all a part of me growing and trying to become a better version of myself. It's not always be perfect, and I had to keep reminding myself that if you've made a mistake of something, you've not done something in a way that you should have done, there's redemption. You can correct things, and how you react to things really matter, regardless of if the other person or the other party is not giving you the response that you want. There's redemption and there's grace. But I think I sometimes get too forgetful and to the detriment of a lot of people around me, where I'm very much an out of sight, out of mind person, which when you're trying to, improve and grow yourself and you're hyper focused on one area, some of the other areas where your focus might be taking a backseat. And so for me, I'm trying to make sure that I identify what those areas could be for myself. And that one, for me, it's going to be like, checking in on people that you're not seeing on a day to day. And I actually had an amazing conversation with my dad this week. And it just made me just think about how much like our parents, I've seen that thing where it's like your parents are just experiencing life for the first time too. And sometimes we have in our minds the idea of our parents that we grew up with, and especially for us that are part of the diaspora, that we're not living with our parents as adults, the dynamic that we might keep is that same dynamic that we had with them when we were growing up. I've gone on a tangent of what I wanted to talk about. Anyways, and in terms of building community and networking, especially in this creative industry, I randomly got invited to an event tonight. First reaction was to say no because I don't like going out. I don't like leaving my house. But I'm like, this would be a good opportunity to one, support a friend, and two, network with other creatives within my city. And so I'm taking the husband with me to kind of help me because I sometimes get a little shy with networking. And I also bought a ticket to another networking event that's happening in Calgary as well. It's in March though, so I need to find someone to go with me for that one as well. But just trying to find a lot more networking events. And I know that I'm not someone that, you know, is really great at networking. So trying to find somebody that can go with me for these events and make it worth my while. I think for now, without, because I don't have like a business that I'm trying to sell or something, a particular thing. I'm just trying to connect, have conversations, see where people are at, see how you can support people. That's kind of like my current goal for networking. I know that goal is going to change as my needs change, but right now it's just connect. Who's in the city? Who can I, add to my network? That's kind of where I'm at with the whole networking thing. I made some strides with the business. And I know I keep talking about this business very abstractly, but I have a couple different ideas that I'm researching and trying to see what would make the most sense for me to kind of invest all of my time into before I kind of share more about it. But making more strides in one aspect of the business in terms of doing research to see if there's actually a need for this thing. Because what's worse than starting a business that nobody actually like needs or wants and just doing it for doing sake? And so that's kind of, I guess, updates from that business perspective. I need to check. Does this look good? Does this makeup look good? I don't know. This is makeup. I usually don't do makeup. I usually just do like no makeup type of looks. But I think she should be good. The light is changing a lot. But one area that I have failed woefully at is in terms of fitness. I haven't I can't find any. I still keep giving myself an excuse that I can't find any class pass classes, which is true. But I also haven't really made an effort to look for alternatives to that as well. And also in terms of eating, terrible. I always forget to eat, and when I do remember, like I'm too lazy to cook something, or I'm not in the mood to cook something, and so I just end up like eating a golden one, or just eating like random things that are not necessarily the meals that I want to be eating. I need to go into actually planning my meals properly, which was one of my intentions to do, but I think that just has fallen to the wayside. Um, but yeah, I know I need to do better. I recently saw somewhere that success is not just about making progress, but also about not giving up on achieving your goals. And it's so easy for us to focus on how far there is to go, reminding myself that every effort counts, every small win matters, and with time, it's all going to add up. Here's another week of showing up and not giving up. And we're done. Thanks for hanging out with me while I did my makeup. I will see you guys next week. Bye.